business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah, watch.
I come from compassion. It's just my nature. I come from a willingness to understand and to be understood.
We should be ashamed. But this is a country where we don't pay the teachers, and then we say the kids is the most important thing.
Hey everyone, let's chat about the crazy roller coaster that is the entertainment business. Seriously, it's been living up to its name with all the everyday drama. Now it appears like Ice Cube has chosen to wade into the mix, adding some spice to the continuing show. You remember how Katt Williams made a fuss and virtually shattered the internet a few weeks into the new year, right? It had people taking sides and everything. Well, it appears that Ice Cube is supposed to join Team Katt, implying that there could be more bombshells to come. And guess whose name showed up? None other than the Queen herself, Oprah Winfrey? Yep, you heard it correctly. The grapevine is humming with murmurs that Ice Cube is hinting to Katt Williams having more secrets up his sleeve, and Oprah may be one of the names in the limelight. But wait, there's more. Rumor has it that Ice Cube is hinting Oprah might be feeling a touch anxious about what Katt could disclose. Now, if you haven't gotten wind of the allegations, there's been some chatter about Oprah being a little shady and reportedly engaged in some not-so-great things. So the suggestion that she could be a touch concerned about Katt Williams putting a light on her is making ripples in the rumor circles. Let's uncover this enigma together. What precisely is Ice Cube all about, and why does Oprah purportedly get the jitters?
Is Oprah than to burn the American flag?
Really?
Seems that way. I've never heard anybody criticize Oprah.
Yo, what's cracking? You know what it is? It's your homeboy Ice Cube.
Did you ever waver in your beliefs when the documentary director came out and said there was a timeline issue? Michael Jackson didn't have the train station.
You know what?
Alright, so you may be wondering what's up with Ice Cube putting his support behind Katt Williams, particularly when it appears like a lot of their fellow stars are ready to throw some real shade at Katt. Well, here's the scoop. Ice Cube and Katt Williams go far back. They've paired up several times, creating this funny combo on film that we've all loved in classics like Friday After Next and First Sunday. Their chemistry is on spot, and you can see they've had that hilarious magic. So it's no surprise that Ice Cube is promoting Katt Williams. Now let's look into why Oprah Winfrey may be feeling a touch apprehensive about Katt's prospective disclosures. The rumor mill is churning out some pretty weird stuff. Whispers that Oprah is purportedly a handler for the Hollywood elite. Yeah, it's some next-level conspiracy nonsense. According to these claims, Oprah isn't quite the generous fighter for rights image we all know. Instead, she's accused of leveraging her Hollywood power to assist the elite dominate black artists. You may have heard about the charges by Taraji P. Henson, stating that Oprah didn't have the backs of black people in the business as much as she depicted.
Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here? We are to service each other. God is very clever. He put us on this earth and he made us all look different. He made it complicated. We need to figure it out. And we can, and we are. You have to look at the glass as half full. It's always half full.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. you get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Or have to. The math ain't mathing. Hearing that my entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep, like, enough is enough.
Shocking, right? Oprah, the queen of altruism, being accused of not looking out for her own. The reports claim that Oprah has been playing a new game, turning black performers into puppets for the industry's elite to manipulate and carry out their secret goals. It becomes even juicier. The claims suggest Oprah has supposedly been using her program to set up black musicians for failure simply because she felt like it, or because her so-called masters wanted her to. Crazy, right? And evidently, this has been going on for a long time, but individuals were too terrified of Oprah to speak anything. All right, let's backtrack a little to the late 90s and early 2000s, that period when the Oprah Winfrey Show was the go-to venue for black musicians to showcase their work. Oprah used to brag about being all about promoting black artists and providing them a platform. Well, here's where it gets interesting. The rumors indicate it wasn't precisely the genuine thing. According to the rumor grapevine, Oprah apparently worked against a slew of black performers on her program, even though she professed to be their greatest admirer. But wait, there's more drama. The suspicions are pointing fingers at Oprah for supposedly shutting down musicians who dared to speak out against her and spill the tea on her anti-black reputation. The one who started off this discovery party was Ludacris, blasting out Oprah for using her program to degrade the works of musicians and generally make them appear like something they're not.
So, have you made it to Oprah yet?
Have I made it to Oprah? I've been on Oprah a long time ago.
Okay, so,
I haven't made it back, but I was on there one time. I'll tell you.
How did it go?
You know what? You talking about the first time I was on
the first time you was on.
You didn't see it?
No, I missed this one.
You didn't hear about it?
Is this the one about the N-word? This is about the movie. I do remember.
Yeah,
She edited out what you had to say.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That's what it came down to. That was the only time I was on Oprah.
Okay, and then
whether we get invited back or not.
Did you call and say, why did you edit me, Oprah?
No, I didn't. But we've pretty much made up since then, man. Like I've talked to her over the phone, and everything's cool. Okay. I would like to get invited back though.
Okay.
When is our show gonna be live? That's the question.
Live.
Without being, edited.
Right.
I want to go on Oprah live.
What was it that she edited out? Just for those who listening, trying to figure out what was it.
Ludacris had his own run-in with her way back in 2005. So Luda and the team from Crash came on Oprah's program to promote the movie. Sounds nice, right? But nah. Oprah had other intentions. Instead of allowing Ludacris an opportunity to explain about his position, she straight up put him on fire for using the N-word in his songs. Luda wasn't having it, however. In an interview, he dropped the beans, stating, "I was there for Crash, the movie, and basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie."
Yeah. And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my views. Right.
Now here's where it gets twisted up. Ludacris, being the clever person he is, hit back with some serious stuff, but Oprah wasn't having any of it. She chopped out Ludacris's reply, making it appear like he simply took the hit without saying a word. Ludacris spilled the beans, adding, "She was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal. When I watched the finished presentation, her words were in there, but mine weren't. So it simply seemed like I sort of snatched it." And the crazy part? The entire Ludacris thing with Oprah wasn't even a personal feud. It came out of the blue, which makes it all the more mind-boggling. But according to stories going around, Ludacris was merely the top of the iceberg, offering us a look into what Oprah could be capable of doing to innocent musicians simply because she feels like it. Hold on to your hats, for there's more tea brewing. Remember when Oprah reportedly attempted to throw shade at the king of pop, Michael Jackson, after he died away? That's striking below the belt.
Black artists have been taken advantage of completely. And it's time now that we have to put a stop to this incredible injustice.
You are not taking anything to change the color of your skin.
Oh God, no.
You did not purposely.
We're trying to control it, and using makeup evens it out because it makes blotches on.
Here's the backstory. MJ played a crucial part in Oprah's ascent to prominence back in '93 when he gave her a hugely important interview at his Neverland Ranch. For someone like Michael, who was extremely reserved, letting Oprah inside his house was a major thing. Oprah, of course, rode the interview to bragging rights, saying she and MJ were almost besties. Fast forward to after Michael's demise, when Oprah pulled a full 180. She sought to destroy his reputation by emphasizing the claims against him, particularly in the aftermath of the Neverland documentary. And here's where it gets messy. She questioned Wade Robson and James Safechuck, the people who had previously accused MJ of severe misbehavior. The wild part? These accusers really reversed their accusations, stating they had accused MJ unfairly and that he wasn't the guy they had represented him as. So why did Oprah decide to initiate a brand new crusade against Michael Jackson? People are raising eyebrows, claiming that Oprah could simply be looking out for number one herself. It's like she cares more about her personal agenda than the facts or the sentiments of people concerned. It gets even juicier. When Oprah faced the music for her conduct, she got all defensive, saying she was merely trying to raise awareness about sexual assault in the profession. But here's where it gets a little eyebrow-raising. Oprah's sudden endorsement of the Me Too movement seems a touch disingenuous. She's had close relationships with none other than Harvey Weinstein, the person who's been accused of sexual assault. Now, how does it work? Oprah, the professed campaigner against sexual assault, rubbing elbows with someone in the business who's facing those same claims.
One thing that Oprah has also faced a lot of criticism for is the friends who she keeps in her corner, specifically the predatory men who she keeps in her corner. Some of those predatory men include Harvey Weinstein and Russell Simmons. I think we all are very aware of what Harvey Weinstein has done. But in 2021, actress Rose McGowan, who has been a very outspoken voice, a part of the Me Too movement, called Oprah out for her association to Harvey Weinstein. Rose described Oprah as fake and not the trustworthy woman that she claims to be. And if Harvey Weinstein wasn't bad enough, Oprah Winfrey had no problem being associated with Russell Simmons, who has been accused of R-word by 15 different women, and he also began dating the mother of his children when she was not a legal adult. But Oprah had no problem rubbing shoulders and even working with Russell Simmons until the pressure got just too hot for him and he fled the country. But Rose McGowan was not the only celebrity to call out Oprah and her friendship with Harvey Weinstein. The singer Seal also took to social media to call Oprah out for her association to predatory men. Seal has claimed that Oprah Winfrey was fully aware of what her pal Harvey Weinstein was doing, and when he was exposed for what he had done, Oprah tried to position herself as the solution instead of understanding that she was a part of the problem.
British actress Katie Ann Noble touched about this, stating she was amazed when she first met Weinstein at a London event, where he was lounging with supermodel Naomi Campbell. To cap things off, Oprah was hanging off his arm like they were the ideal trifecta. Noble spilled the beans at a news conference in Manhattan to address the sex trafficking case she filed a day earlier against Weinstein in federal court, explaining how she first felt Weinstein had something amazing in store for her when she met him in London. Fast forward to 2014, she naively took her showreel to his hotel room, believing it was all business. But surprise, surprise, once inside, Weinstein didn't care about her showreel. Instead, he began getting touchy-feely while casually bringing in the possibility of connecting her up with a modeling agency in London. Talk about a storyline twist. Noble joins the lineup of actresses and models, saying Weinstein crossed the line, using promises of career boosts to obtain what he wanted. And this is someone Oprah has been rubbing shoulders with for years. Quick review for those not in the loop. Harvey Weinstein, big shot American director, became the poster boy for the #MeToo movement. News broke with bombshell pieces spilling the beans that Weinstein had been harassing women for years, strong-arming them into quiet. Ronan Farrow exposed important revelations in The New Yorker in November 2017. Weinstein wasn't simply sitting around. He recruited the British-Israeli investigative unit Black Cube to shut down assault claims. Undercover operatives, phony IDs, clandestine contacts with journalists and actresses like Rose McGowan, and a whole web of espionage to keep everything under wraps. Weinstein had Black Cube and other agencies on rapid dial, digging up data on scores of individuals, including producing psychological profiles that investigated personal and sexual past. He apparently sought to bring Woody Allen into his mess, believing Allen would assist shut down Ronan Farrow from publicizing the charges of sexual abuse. But Allen resisted. Weinstein allegedly brought in Black Cube to attack journalists Megan Twohey and Jodi Kantor, who were investigating him. By October 2017, The New York Times and The New Yorker reported that more than a dozen women accused Weinstein of sexual assault or harassment. Many others in the film business experienced similar situations. Weinstein denied any non-consensual actions. As a result, he was dismissed from his production company, suspended from the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, expelled from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and resigned from the Directors Guild of America. The LAPD and New York and London police initiated investigations. On October 10, 2017, his wife, Georgina Chapman, announced she was leaving him. Their divorce completed in July 2021. These bombshell charges didn't go away. They provoked a national crisis in the U.S., nicknamed the Weinstein effect. Combined with other harassment cases, it generated a full-blown storm. Social media fueled the movement, with individuals sharing personal tales, resulting to rapid departures for many influential men, not only in the U.S., but abroad. In 2019, the documentary Untouchable was published, featuring interviews from numerous of his accusers. The New York County District Attorney accused Weinstein with illegal sexual conduct. On May 25, 2018, he was arrested, posted $1 million bail, relinquished his passport, and had travel limitations. His lawyer, Benjamin Brafman, said Weinstein will plead not guilty. A trial date was scheduled on January 6, 2020. Later, he was charged in Los Angeles with rape and sexual assault. On June 8, 2022, he was officially prosecuted in London with 2 charges of indecent assault from 1996. After deliberating for 5 days, a jury convicted Weinstein on February 24, 2020, on 2 of 5 criminal charges, 1 count of first-degree rape and 1 count of third-degree sexual assault. He was sent to Rikers Island for sentencing. On March 11th, he was sentenced to 23 years in jail and transported to Wendy Correctional Facility in Erie County, New York. He claimed he will appeal. Weinstein was deprived of his honorary CBE on September 18, 2020. On June 2, 2022, the New York State Supreme Court affirmed the judgment. On August 25, 2022, he was granted a fresh appeal. On July 20, 2021, he was taken to Los Angeles for trial at Twin Towers Correctional Facility. The trial in Los Angeles commenced in October 2022. He was accused with 11 counts of rape, forceful oral copulation, and sexual battery. He was found guilty on 3 of 7 counts. 4 of the original 11 were dismissed. On December 19, 2022, convictions included rape, forced oral copulation, and third-degree sexual misconduct. On February 23, 2023, Weinstein was sentenced to 16 years in jail. His California sentence must be served concurrently to his New York term. With all this commotion, you'd imagine someone as big shot as Oprah would remain away. But according to TMZ, Weinstein said Oprah pressured him to defend himself publicly. That raised eyebrows. Was Oprah genuinely riding shotgun with Weinstein against all these women? Hold up, though. Oprah camp pushed back, insisting they never had a direct discussion, and she was merely thinking about a TV interview. Plot twist, huh? Check this out. During her Golden Globe address, Oprah zipped on the Weinstein discussion, but at other occasions, she's made it obvious this cultural change isn't only about Weinstein. It's a lot more. Oprah's playing chess while the rest of us are working out checkers. Another angle, Oprah professes to be a huge assist in the business, the driver behind the success of Black performers. But the scandals around her make it appear like she's doing the exact opposite. Remember what Taraji P. Henson leaked about Oprah not actually having the backs of black women in the business as much as she claims? That adds another depth to the drama.
Mean to me. I was in shock. Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now? 100%. 100%? 100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her.
As far as anybody can tell, Oprah Winfrey and Katt Williams are deeply feuding. When Oprah began to make threats and implied that she was going to make Katt's life very difficult, things became heated. Why? Well, Katt wasted no time exposing Oprah, saying that she is in league with Hollywood heavy hitters. Katt Williams, as is well known to everybody, is not the kind to back down from a confrontation. Sorry, but he's not going anywhere. In response, Katt is not only using words, but also a promise. He is prepared to expose even more juicy gossip about Oprah. Is that the point? Bringing her down, that's all. This entire thing is developing into a true roller coaster, and you don't want to miss a single twist and turn.
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
So Rose McGowan has put Oprah on blast. Rose recently called out Oprah on Twitter over her past associations with some...
It's a setup. A setup. Don't nobody say the same about you for 20 goddamn years. What the is you talking about?
So brace up, because we're going to dig deep into the turmoil that's occurring between Oprah and Katt Williams. The conflict is on the point of turning really intense.
We're not in a fair fight. Mm-hmm. We're already outmatched and outgunned at all points. And yet, every time we score a punch, it scores, just like everything else. And so, you can sling me all around the room. I'm only counting what I landed on you.
Oprah Winfrey, who's normally recognized for her encouraging and altruistic image, is going up to the plate to defend herself against some serious claims. And guess who's on the hot seat? None other than the controversial comic Katt Williams. Oprah found herself in the headlines lately because to Taraji P. Henson, who launched a discourse about how Oprah may not be the champion for black women she claims to be. For a long time, Oprah's been perceived as a champion for black rights in Hollywood and a big-time philanthropist. But according to Katt Williams, there's more to Oprah than meets the eye, and it's not the good stuff. Katt's throwing some bombshells, stating that Oprah has been a puppet for the higher-ups in Hollywood. He thinks she's being utilized to keep black performers in control, dancing to the industry's tune. Katt even highlights 7 occasions when Oprah reportedly ripped down other black musicians. Take Ludacris, for example. He went on The Oprah Winfrey Show to speak about the movie Crash. And Oprah immediately turned tactics, interrogating him about his music and the usage of the N-word. Ludacris wasn't having it and subsequently called her out in a radio broadcast. But here's the kicker. When Oprah broadcast Ludacris's interview on her program, she reportedly altered and chopped out sections of his comments, making him appear awful. Ludacris wasn't very thrilled when he viewed the finished video, understanding his side of the tale had been cut out. According to Katt, this is simply the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Oprah utilizing her platform for all the wrong reasons. This celebrity rivalry is getting crazy, and Katt Williams isn't holding back. The curtain's being pulled back on Oprah's public image, and it appears there's more to the tale than meets the eye. All of it tied to how she handled Michael Jackson's legacy. Now let's rewind the clock to 1993, when the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, offered Oprah a rare interview at his Neverland ranch.
Skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin is something that I cannot help, okay? But when people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me. As I know of, there is no such thing as skin bleaching. I have never seen it. I don't know what it is.
Well, they used to have those products growing up. I used to hear always use bleach and glow, but you'd have to have about 300,000 gallons.
It's the situation here. So please, when people see something like that.
I just want to get this straight. You are not taking anything to change the color of your skin.
Oh, God.
This was a significant problem since MJ was highly protective about his private life. The private sit-down not only increased Oprah's stardom in the US, but also made her a worldwide superstar. For years, she claimed to be MJ's buddy. Fast forward to Michael's demise, and Oprah pulled a full switcheroo. She climbed on the controversy train following the Leaving Neverland documentary, portraying MJ in a not-so-flattering light. Oprah took it up a level by allocating a full episode to interviewing MJ's previous accusers, Wade Robson and James Safechuck. The decision stirred up a ton of controversy since both Wade and James had already backtracked on their earlier statements, stating under oath that MJ didn't do what they had accused him of.
Abuse, when you say sexual abuse, because as you just saw in Leaving Neverland, that as young boys, these two men did not feel abuse until much later on in life.
Interesting things about Michael and his particular situation is that the started long before we ever met him.
People began thinking, what was Oprah's agenda when she gave these people a platform to restart the entire Michael Jackson case? It seemed like she was attempting to cast shadow on MJ's legacy by pushing people to speak about it all over again. Oprah defended herself, claiming she was putting attention on the general trend of maltreatment in the business. But here's where it gets juicy. It's a touch rich coming from Oprah, particularly when you look at her relationships to others in the business accused of similar behaviors, such Harvey Weinstein and even Jeffrey Epstein. Rumor has claimed she could have known about their improper behaviors before the entire expose blew out. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Yes, Oprah, the crusader for awareness, has some significant relationships with folks engaged in the same situations she professes to be bringing light on. Hypocritical much? Many have come out about this, including British actress Katie and Noble, who exposed Oprah and Naomi Campbell for allegedly helping Harvey Weinstein deceive her. According to Katt, Oprah didn't appear to have an issue with maltreatment per se, particularly when it impacted her pals. He also brought out Oprah's ties to other men accused of sexual conduct. All right, let's rewind the clock a little and recall a crazy voyage with Oprah. Remember when she was all into this Brazilian man calling himself John of God, claiming to be a spiritual healer? Oprah didn't just talk the talk. She went on a plane to Brazil to meet him and even had him on her program. But here's where it gets pretty wild. Turns out this John of God persona was exposed for some messed up things involving child and human trafficking. He had women locked up, forcefully impregnated them, forced them produce kids, and sold those newborns for profit and their organs. It's beyond horrible. Now, because Oprah was tied to this man, she was pulled into the controversy. But Oprah played it cool. No apology, no explanations. She merely pushed the erase button on the videos with John from her Facebook, and that was all. No formal comment, no separating herself from the incident. It was like we were in the Twilight Zone, like we didn't witness what we had seen, and John never lived in Oprah's universe. Now, you may question why this didn't blow up in the US media. According to Katt, Oprah's got some tremendous connections keeping things on the down low. Remember how we lauded Oprah as a fantastic humanitarian who established a school for girls in South Africa? Well, the institution became embroiled into additional controversy when one of the school matrons was arrested on charges connected to improper conduct with female pupils. Sad, right?
Oprah Winfrey has had a lot of controversy around her African school for girls, with huge conspiracy theories starting that these girls were going missing from Oprah's school. All of these theories started shortly after Oprah opened her school in 2007, and the matron of that school was charged with SA of 7 different girls. Oprah ended up offering a public apology to the parents and the children and citing her own SA incidents in this apology. But the matron would then be found not guilty of these crimes. But then it shocked the nation because shortly after this, Oprah's school was hit with another SA allegation. 7 students were suspended for harassing and fondling classmates. And a lot of people thought that this stemmed from the very first incident, because why would these children be acting like this? And the rumors started swirling after this point because they just didn't understand how these things could happen so close to one another. And then boom, there was another investigation at Oprah's school after the body of a newborn was found in a girl's book bag. And a lot of people were freaking out about this because they're like, boom, we have 2 essay allegations and now all of a sudden a young girl has a baby in her book bag. Everyone found these incidents super alarming, and it's still something talked about to this day.
Even musician Seal implied that Oprah may not be so innocent, implying she knew about Harvey Weinstein's misdeeds. Seal published a post on Instagram suggesting Oprah had heard stories but behaved like she had no knowledge. But here's the catch. Seal faced violence charges just 5 days after calling out Oprah. These accusations were dismissed, but an inside source said that Seal's accuser reported him to the police after he accused Oprah of knowing about Weinstein's actions. According to Katt, this wasn't simply a coincidence. He said Oprah attempted to take Seal down and place him in prison, even though he was innocent. Oprah, it appears, sought retribution at any cost, even if it meant placing an innocent black guy in jeopardy. Now, it was a while ago, and the allegations about Oprah being a handler kind of faded down, until Taraji spilled some big tea a few weeks ago. Taraji detonated a truth bomb, revealing she was sick and tired of being shortchanged and not receiving what she deserved. She nearly walked away from Oprah's movie, The Color Purple, because the offer Oprah made was simply too low and demeaning. Taraji was ready to do the walk and speak the talk, letting everyone know she wasn't putting up with it. Taraji dropped the beans on Gayle King's program, expressing her outrage via tears. She was weary of working hard, being kind, and yet being paid a fraction of what she earned. However, some viewers weren't too impressed with Gayle's interview methods. They believed she tiptoed around the main concern since she's good friends with Oprah. They're essentially besties. Fans had a belief that Gayle held back on pressing Taraji because she knew the genuine chat may not shed a favorable light on Oprah, but guess what? Turns out, Gayle's protective tactics weren't required. The internet erupted with persons coming for Oprah, digging out her not-so-great track record of treating black women in the business. And here's where Katt Williams stepped in, throwing some huge shade at Oprah. He accused her of attempting to control Taraji and hold her down, stating the arithmetic wasn't working up in terms of fair compensation. Katt Williams even intimated that he had dirt on Oprah and would take her down. According to a source, Oprah is apparently enraged and making measures to damage Katt before he spills more on her. There are reports of threats and efforts to persuade Katt to withdraw his words. But knowing Katt, that's not going to happen. Fans aren't holding back either. They're alleging Oprah is somehow constantly affiliated with problematic characters, branding her a dangerous and terrible lady. Some even think Oprah sacrificed her soul to reach where she is. People are not here for Oprah, and it appears like Katt is untouchable because he has the support of the people. Share your opinions in the comments below on this newest news, and as we anxiously await further developments, don't miss our future video for another round of crazy and exciting celebrity rumor. Get ready for the scoop of the century.